Alright guys, today we're going to do a quick unboxing of this tactical flashlight by CVLIFE. This is a 600 lumen flashlight, and I'm going to kind of go into kind of what comes in the box and kind of tell you my opinions on it. And we might can show you some footage later on of it being used. But guys, this is a very good flashlight for the price. And let's go ahead and unbox it and show you kind of what comes in the box. Alright, so you get the flashlight itself, and as you can see, this is a well constructed durable polymer type flashlight. And I will give you some opinions, kind of personal opinions, and kind of go into kind of my thoughts for what you would use this for. But it has some really nice advantages to its price point and to kind of what you can use it for on a budget. And I think that that's very important to kind of cover. Like I said, it is a 600 lumen, and it's got some heft to it. This isn't like a really cheap, lightweight plastic flashlight. Like, you can tell that the shell and the internals are fairly heavy and robust. It's not really like what I call super lightweight or super cheap feeling. It does feel like it has some kind of heft to it as well. It comes with your charging cable. It is USB-C charging, as you can see, which makes it very nice and very easy and versatile for many different applications. It just makes it very easy to maintain and deal with. Also, it does have a green laser as well. I will show you that real quick if I can. So you can kind of see it. You can see it on the thing here as well. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. Let's go ahead and open the manual and tell you what it comes with. So it comes with the Glock type rail mount, as you can see here, but you can take the screw out and change it for a 1913, and it's clearly mentioned on the rail itself. So this can be adjusted forward and back, which is nice, fairly easily. So you got all kinds of compatibility for different kind of platforms, which is very nice as well. You also get the two Allen keys to adjust your laser and to mount the light itself to a different platform, whatever platform, rifle, pistol, whatever, airsoft, you can use it, those Allen keys, to actually mount this to whatever you want to mount it to. Let's go over the instruction manual real fast and kind of show you some of the different things that you can do with this and kind of talk about it a little bit. And I want to give you also my opinion just right out of the box, kind of what I think. Okay, so the light is a 600 lumen, like we talked about. The runtime is 75 minutes. That's pretty good on a charge. I mean, that's all you would ever need. These pistols aren't for, you don't want to pull a tactical pistol or rifle light out and shine it for looking for your keys outside, right? Because, you know, that's just common sense. You don't use a weapon mounted light for those kind of things. So you don't need a long runtime. You just need it to work when you're needing it, right? So, you know, short periods of time, you know, an hour or so is plenty for these type of things. And the fact that you can recharge it really quickly with a USB port or any kind of phone charger port is just extremely nice. So that's kind of my opinion on that. It has strobe light functionality. The product is 2.8 inches by 1.4 inches by 1.3 inches. Okay, that's the dimensions and size wise as far as that goes. It's easy to charge it. You can charge it right here on the bottom, as you can see here. And then you can change the rail mount out very easily. It's got the instructions on how to do that, how to set it up. Also, you can see here that for strobe mode, quick click LED switch twice. So if you hit the light button twice really fast, it'll do strobe. And press and hold the LED switch at least for 1 second and hold it down. The light will stay on until the switch is released. So you got several different things. We'll kind of show you that in a minute. You can also change the windage and elevation of the laser using this Allen and this Allen on the bottom here. So that's fairly simple, just like sighting in a red dot or something like that. And I'm going to give you more information on that as well and kind of tell you what I think about that. All right, guys, we're going to go over the functionality of the light itself. So if you tap it and hold it, then it's momentary, and when you let go, it comes off. If you tap it and let go, it turns on permanently, and then you can turn it back off. And then if you tap it and then tap again, it'll actually go into strobe mode, as you can see. So that's the functionality of the light itself, kind of how it works. The other side over here, so this is your LED side, and this is your laser side. So you click on it, and your laser will come on. And so I kind of wanted to show that in the video as well. So that's pretty much it as far as the functionality of the light itself. Now, guys, I do want to talk about this from a duty and kind of just my opinion. A light like this, I would not say is rated for duty purposes. So concealed carrier, I would probably go with something a little bit higher end, because you can go check out, you know, the price range that these come in, and you see that they're extremely affordable. But I will say, for, you know, night shooting, competition shooting, for practice, for maybe even for a nightstand gun, a secondary nightstand gun or something like that, I think that this will cover most of the bases that you need. And so that's kind of what I think I would see what this is made for. I would not, as a concealed carrier, I don't think this is quite on a par to kind of trust every day in something I can still carry, but it does come close. And let's also talk about the laser itself. In my opinion, I think this works great if you have it as a nightstand gun and you had an intruder come in and you just want a reference point. But as far as getting super accurate groups with these lasers on these lights at 15-20 yards, I don't think that these are going to do very well, because, for one thing, these mounts and how these things mount to your gun, they're not going to stay stationary all the time. Even if you tighten this down really, really tight, you are going to see some movement in this light setup. And so a laser on something like this is more like a reference point. I wouldn't say it's a very precise aiming solution or system on a light like this by itself, but it's just a good reference point, and I think it could work in some cases, but I just wouldn't bet my life on it, so to speak. So guys, that's kind of what I wanted to cover. Like I said, I think maybe for a nightstand gun, an extra nightstand gun, competition night shooting, practice night shooting, I think this is a good option. For concealed carry, for duty purposes, I would not suggest, you know, counting my life on something like this to work every time when it's out in the weather, when it's being beat up and used constantly. So that's just my opinion. Go with something a little higher end. I would say even CVLIFE wouldn't mind me saying that. There is price points for a reason, guys. And some of these things, although this makes a great secondary light or something to practice with at this price point, I just think that keep in mind what it was built and designed to be. God bless. Have a great day, and we'll catch you guys later. All right, guys, I wanted to add this little detail to this video, because when you buy a flashlight, especially a cheaper flashlight, and you want to train with it or just use it for competition or something, and you don't want to spend a lot of money, like this CVLIFE tactical light here, the 600 lumen, you want to be able to use some kind of holster with it if you're going to actually use it for training or for night shooting or something that's not so life or death situation type shooting, which is what something like this would be used for, in my opinion, is more training and things like that. And you're wondering, what holster could you use? Because they don't make holsters for, you know, the more budget friendly, real cheap tactical flashlights that you can get on eBay and Amazon. Well, I found out that the Omnivore for the TLR1 actually works really great for this particular weapon's light. The only thing it does not do is it does not lock, so the button is kind of useless. I usually lock out my button anyway when I'm training, unless I'm actually training. I don't use this holster for duty. If I did, I would constantly have the button active, but since I don't use it for duty or concealed carry, then I always have the button locked out anyway with this modification. So I've tried it with the button active, and it does not lock, but to me it doesn't matter. It fits really snug and firm. You can actually hold it upside down and it will not fall out, as you can see. So it holds the gun very firm. It does not have any wiggle side to side, up and down. There's no real wiggle to it. So it actually holds very well in the Omnivore for the TLR1. So yeah, guys, I mean, I just think that makes it a good option, because a lot of people have these Black Hawk omnivores, and so that gives you an option, because that's one of the biggest things about cheap flashlights. It's really hard to find a holster to use if you're going to use it for any kind of competition or training. But when if you already have an omnivore and you kind of want a secondary light to put on different guns to train with, that might be an option for you. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're out here with the CVLIFE tactical flashlight for pistol mounted platform, and this is a 600 lumen light, and we're going to kind of show you it work in real time. It's just past sunset, and so it's starting to darken it up. The skies are, I can still see a little bit, but not very good out here. So we're going to just show you the light itself, show you what it does, and then we're going to shoot with it just a little bit. And yeah, I hope it gives you some clarity on what this light will do, and I'll kind of compare it to some other lights. So here it is on. You can see the target I'm pointing at is 20 yards, and this target above it is 30 yards, 20 and 30. I have a target up in the woods at 105. I can see it with my eyes, but the camera probably will not pick it up with its wide field of view. It's better to see in the real world with your real eyes. But yeah, the 30 yard and 20 yard you can see very clearly on the camera. The 105 I can see, and I probably could shoot it right now, but it would be hard to identify your threat from 100 yards. So I would say in the real world application, to identify a threat, this light would be good up to 50 yards. It definitely will light up to about 150 yards, but you definitely could not identify what you were shooting. So about 50 yards is your max identification throw for this light, but it gives you plenty of light at 30 yards, which is beyond what a normal concealed carrier would shoot a threat in the middle of the night, so that's okay. Let's go ahead and compare it to some other lights. So here we have the dark thing, and I'm going to show you it real quick. So this is a bigger light. It's a lot bigger light. You can see it is quite a bit brighter, but it almost has twice the lumens. So that's the dark thing, and it's a cheaper light as well, a budget light. But like I said, it's much larger, so it makes more sense for like a larger pistol. And then this right here, let's turn this light off real quick. This one right here is the TLR1, which is very popular, so I wanted to show you that as well. TLR1, and let's turn this one back on, and then show you with the TLR1. The TLR1 on the left, TLR1 on the left, and then the CVLIFE on the right. So the CVLIFE is much lighter and smaller than the TLR1, so it kind of makes sense that it's not quite as powerful. So now we're going to show you the laser as well. So you can see the laser is on the target. It's very bright. I can even see it up to 105 yards. It's actually on the 105-yard target if you can see it on camera. It's hitting the target right now. I don't have it completely zeroed for this distance. It's showing a little bit high. So that's that. I'd have to shoot right over the target to hit with the laser. But I would say I could hit it no problem shooting over the target. Let's go ahead and shoot some and just see what it looks like. This gun will look really cool as well because it is ported, so it should look really cool at night. Let's see what we can do. This is 20 yards with the flashlight on. .25 yards. Let's turn the laser on and see what we got. There you go, guys. Hope that gives you kind of some help on what this thing will do at night. God bless and have a great day.